question. Why can't I stop thinking about them? Why do I feel like I've gone into obsessive compulsive connection? One of the interpretations of the obsessive connection to any individual being that has entered into your vortex of experience is that there is a sense of the mind that recognizes through the energy signature of the other a aspect of self or a fragmented part of consciousness, a disassociated, disconnected, or a karmic interpretation of disconnect from your own internal consciousness that gets analyzed by the subconscious or by the inner being, by the aspect of self that is magnetized to this aspect of the mirror in your experience. And so what that means is that there is a energy signature or a self part of each individual that is mirrored to the one that is in the obsessive thought form. The brain is aware that the energy signature is represented in the partnership or the connection, and therefore it is seeking, searching, and finding outside of thyself in a magnetic way to alchemize and reconnect to the missing piece or consciousness of that which sits within the own internal connection of self. So the wounded or the fragmented expression, the core piece that requires to be witnessed, will be magnetized through obsessive compulsive thinking in the mirror of the other individual having the problem solving tools. This individual will have the expression that will guide you into seeing this aspect of yourself. So therefore you see them as the missing puzzle piece, and there becomes an addictive expression to having that piece back into your own puzzle to allow for yourself greater wholeness. From the interpretation of this, what happens is as human beings, we magnetize a individual that has the direct energetic expression, the direct mirror to the piece of the part of us that we want to reclaim. So the magnetic energy, the overthinking, the desire to reconnect with someone comes from the aspect of the brain knowing the consciousness. So we do not, it's basically your brain going into complete problem solving. And your brain's going, I can see that this person here has exactly what I need to return that part to wholeness. So if you add that on to different attachment styles and different wounding, those that already have an anxious attachment style, as well as a very over analytical or a problem solving mind, are going to find that their sensory abilities and their sense of self becomes quite overwhelmed with this. And it can be very disruptive to the personality and to the individual experience when there is someone that has a big part or a big piece to be mirrored back into the self, if there is also this wounded aspect of an anxious attachment style, because the problem solving part of the brain, the anxious attachment style, start to merge and entangle, and they get quite messy, and that overthinking and that pulling out of presence happens because it's pulling you into something that you are deeply desiring to see within yourself, and you have multiple layers of your consciousness at play. And so, for an individual that has an anxious attachment style, who has a tendency to be over analytical or to be obsessive in perfectionism and compulsive in behavior, what is really powerful when these thought forms come up is to ask the question in that moment and to connect with the self and ask, what is it that this individual actually is demonstrating to me in a part of myself that they have cultivated, that they hold, or that they are being, that is allowing for me to reconnect to that aspect within myself. And if you can sit in a place of self reflective thought before entering and engaging in these magnetic attractions, because they are often based on a trauma bond or a karmic distortion or mirroring contrast into the life to find wholeness, there can be an alchemy process. And you can sit with, if I was truly willing to reclaim this aspect of myself, or to see this core wound, or to embody what this person has mastered that is attracting me so deeply into the other person that I can't stop thinking about them, then would I still desire to continue to move forward with this relationship? Or are they the initiator, activator, and the gift of showing me something? And then when I choose to claim that, be that, and embody it, then it is no longer true for me to continue this path or connection, as it is based on a distorted sense of reality.